What is good, people? It's Revival of Wisdom. I hope you're all doing well. And this video is how to raise your holy oil or your kundalini. Let's get straight into this. So this is a monthly cycle. Every month, when the moon is in your zodiac sign, this oil is released. Now, the moon is in control of monthly cycles. For women, it's the menstrual cycle, and as well, this holy oil cycle. The moon changes sign every 2.5 days and passes through the zodiac signs in 27 days. So the moon tells the day, the sun tells the time, the stars tell the month. This reality is a massive clock, if you like to say. It's a cycle. Okay. The moon controls the night, emotions, water, fluids, and the mind. Okay. So this oil is produced in the claustrum. It's produced in the claustrum, which is here, right? This is where you get Santa Claus from. Now, the claustrum is at the center of the brain, and it is next to the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. Once it starts in the claustrum, this is the holy presence. This is the present that Santa gives to us, Santa Claus. And it goes to the pituitary gland and the pineal gland. And what's connected to the pituitary gland and the pineal gland is the Ida and the Pingala. The Pingala is the pineal gland's nerve, which is the honey, which is the positive charge, electric. And the pituitary is the Ida nerve, which is the magnetic charge. This is the milk, the land flowing with milk and honey. This is the brain, the heaven, okay? And it travels down the spine using these two nerves, these electromagnetic charge. And this is what the ancients symbolized with the two serpents wrapped around the spinal cord, the Ida and the Pingala. And this travels down to the sacrum or the solar plexus. Okay. So once it's here, okay, the spine is an elongation of the brain. So the spine is pretty much the brain. It's an extension of it. And it's kind of a microcosm of how we descended from heaven to physical reality, to physical matter, which is our consciousness has done. Our consciousness has descended from heaven into physical matter. And this is a microcosm of it. Okay. So once we're in the sacrum bone, this holy oil, like I've just explained, this holy oil starts in the Santa claustrum, goes down the chimney to the sacrum. This is the sacrum, the solar plexus, and drops the present off at the sacrum. Now, once we're at the sacrum, we need to raise our vibration to take this oil back up the spine. Okay. And the River Jordan symbolizes this in the Bible. King Herod wants to kill Jesus in Nazareth, which is here, this is the River Jordan, is Nazareth. He goes to be born in Bethlehem and then goes back up to Nazareth, to Joseph and Mary. Joseph and Mary, the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. The Bible is huge symbolism. It's all metaphors for this sacred process which goes on inside of your body. You are the Temple of Solomon. You are the Holy Land. The Holy Land is your brain. Once this oil is at the sacrum, you need to raise your vibration in order to take it back up. Once this oil has gone back up to the pineal gland, it activates the crystals which are wrapped around your pineal gland. Your pineal gland is this tiny little beam here. This is the claustrum. This is the pineal gland. And it's wrapped in crystals. And when this oil travels back up the spine by raising your vibration, back to the upper room where Jesus met the 12 disciples, or the 12 cranial nerves in the brain. And it activates and it turns on this pineal gland. And once it's turned on, it illuminates all the cells and the nerves in your brain and turns them all on and activates the higher God man, the God consciousness, Christ consciousness. And it regenerates the whole body. This is the secret to regeneration. It regenerates all the cells in the body. And this is how the ancients lived for thousands and thousands of years, as talked about in ancient texts. They lived for hundreds and thousands of years because they knew this secret. And this fluid, this brain fluid, the secretion, or the Christos in Greek, which means gold, because this is the alchemical process from turning lead to gold. Your body is the alchemical furnace. Now, the ancients knew about this center of the brain because they symbol that this is the eye of Ra, and it's the brain, and this is what's wrapped around our consciousness. Our consciousness isn't wrapped around the brain. The brain is built around the consciousness. We are the consciousness. You don't have a soul, you are the soul. Okay? Now, the head, heaven, hell, heel at the bottom of your foot, that's hell. Head is heaven and hell. Simple. Now, the pineal gland produces DMT, which is dimethyltryptamine, which is known as the spirit molecule. So, let's move on. Now, when this oil travels up, back, the spine, the chimney, it crucifies at the top, which is called the vagus nerve. So when it reaches here, the optic thalamus, it crosses and crucifies once it's raised back up. And this is why Jesus dies at 33. He was crucified at 33. Because you have 33 vertebrae on the back of your spine. And then it's crucified by the cross of the vagus nerve. When this oil crosses the vagus nerve, this is the crucifixion at 33. And it symbolizes the death of the physical consciousness. You then become spirit. You then become God consciousness, activating the kundalini, regenerating the body and the mind. Okay? The Garden of Eden. You are the Garden of Eden. The land of milk and honey is upstairs. The pituitary, which is the milk, the pineal gland, which is the honey, which is DMT. It even says this in the Bible. As he brought us into the place, and he has given us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey, which is also symbolized as the sun and the moon. The Bible also says, the light of the body is the eye, not the eyes, the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. This is the activation of the pineal gland by raising this oil back up to the pineal gland, to the center of the brain. Neither shall they say, see that here, or see there, for behold, the kingdom of God is within you. So he's saying, don't look out there. Nothing is out there. It's all inside of you. Everything's inside of you. You're the universe. Now, how to raise this oil back up to the pineal gland? Every month, like I said. The moon controls the cycle. The moon controls monthly cycles. When the moon is going into your zodiac sign every month, this oil goes down the spine and you must raise your frequency to get it back up. You must retain your seed. This is the most important. Your fluid, your secret, your holy fluid, your life force. You can't let that go. That life force is the reason you're alive. This holy oil is the reason you're alive, because it feeds all of the systems in your body. It feeds all the systems in your body. You have to retain your seed, alkaline diet, positive thinking, and meditation. Okay? When you retain your seed, you will live longer. The moment you release it, you're killing yourself. You're killing a piece of yourself every time you release your seed. Every single time. You're killing a part of yourself. Okay. Now, this could be why this could be the illumination, the single eye on the Illuminati's symbol, the Freemasonic symbol, the illuminated eye, the triangle, which could symbolize the body, mind, and spirit, but the eye illuminated. Now, in the Bible, it talks about the two trees, the tree of knowledge and the tree of life. The tree of knowledge is the tree of good and evil, which is the most important system in your body, which is the nervous system. The nervous system, the most important. The tree of good and evil. And the tree of life, which is the cardiovascular system. Now, this oil, when it's released every month, feeds these two systems, and these two systems feed everything. Now, it's important you understand that. Okay? The ancients knew all of this knowledge. The Bible's telling you this knowledge. But it's in a metaphorical way. You have to understand the context behind it so you can read it properly. Now, eating of the tree of life, which is what it talks about in the Bible, eating from the tree of life is actually symbolizing a bad diet, ejaculation, because you're eating from these two systems. You're killing yourself with a bad diet. You're killing yourself with an ejaculation. Okay? So, that's important to understand. Now, this is Jacob's ladder in the Freemasons. Jacob's ladder, which is the spinal cord, it's the stairway to heaven. And this is Jack and the Beanstalk when he goes up the beanstalk and finds the golden egg in the grey clouds. The grey clouds symbolize the grey matter in your brain. Now, the Garden of Eden talks about the 4 different rivers in Garden of Eden. As we see here, the North Pole map, the ancient North Pole map, because the center of the earth is the center of the Taurus field. Everything's the Taurus field. Atoms are Taurus fields. Everything's Taurus fields. You are the universe. Everything is within you. The North Pole is your spinal cord. This is why they say Santa Claustrum comes from the North Pole. This is the North Pole. And the Santa Claustrum is the center of your brain. Now, there's 4 rivers which come from the Garden of Eden. There's the blood, the Christ oil, which is the oil we're talking about, urine, and saliva. These are the 4 sacred oil, 4 sacred fluids in your body. And these are constantly abused in today's society. These secret societies are targeting these fluids. Okay? This is why porn is free. They sexualize society through Disney. Go and look at some of the Disney movies. There's so many subliminal messages which sexualize these children because they want you sexualized. So you release your seed, which is one of the holy fluids in your body, especially your semen, your sexual energy. So important you retain this. So important because it's your life force. It keeps you alive. Okay. Now, let's recap on this. If you want to raise your oil every month, you can't just retain your seed for the month. You have to retain your seed forever. Don't just do it for a couple of days. Have to do it. It's a lifestyle. You want to become God consciousness, you got to do what it takes. It's hard in this society because this society is made around, it's designed to kill you pretty much. It's designed to keep you in these lower states of consciousness with all the bad food, the chemicals in the food, the chemicals in the water, the sexualized TV programs, sexualized adverts, sexualized TikTok and apps, videos, subliminally stimulating you. Because that is your weakness, sex. It's your weakness. Now, you have to retain your seed, meditation, and an alkaline diet. Why alkaline? Because acidic is low vibrational. This is the color spectrum. And what's the highest vibrational color? Violet. It's the lowest, red. You have to have an alkaline body in order to raise this oil. When you drink, when you have a bad diet, when you drink alcohol, when you smoke, this destroys the oil. It destroys the oil in your sacrum. and it can't be raised again, can't be raised up. This is why it's so important. Without that oil, you don't live. That oil makes you live. It feeds everything in your body. It's crazy how we're not taught this. It's insane. But that is how you raise the oil, people. I hope you all gain some knowledge out of this video. And I hope this assists you on your journey, your spiritual journey. And please like and share this video. We need this knowledge out to the public to wake up humanity. Thank you all, people. God bless. What's good, people? We're back with another video. This is going to just be a quick video. Manifestation, magic, bending reality. So let's jump straight into this. So you have a conscious and a subconscious part of your mind. The conscious is what you're conscious of, what you're actually doing, where you can choose or not. However, the subconscious is the part of your brain which is automatic. So all of the systems in your body, like the digestive system, your heartbeat, these are automatically being ran. And you do not have to tell these systems to do anything. You do not have to consciously tell your heart to beat. It's automatically doing it. And this is what the subconscious mind is controlling. It's like the dark aspect of your brain or your mind. It is the way bigger aspect of your mind. Okay, it controls all the systems in your body. Okay, and this is where all of your programs are. So when you're in it, from your childhood, what you've learned in school, all of these things are being kept in your subconscious, maybe traumas and stuff like that. So the subconscious is the female aspect, and the conscious is the male aspect, because the male is all about action and doing, and the female is more about creation, creativity, intuition. So you have a right and a left hemisphere of your brain, and these are obviously male and female. The right side of your brain is your female. It's to do with creativity, imagination, intuition, insight. Okay. And this is one of the most important sides of the brain. This side of the brain is the most attacked by the elites, whatever you want to call them. This side is one of the most important, because obviously your intuition is a massive part of reality. And if you don't have intuition, then you lose track of the things around you. You can't consciously feel if things are wrong or right. They don't want you to have intuition or creativity or imagination. They want you in the left side of your brain, which is just reasoning, logic, and basic things. So they just want you to tell you what you want, tell you what to learn, and then that's it. They don't want you thinking for yourself, which is the right side of the brain. So whatever the conscious side of your mind impresses the subconscious side of your mind. So if you do affirmations, for example, if you consciously do affirmations every day, you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. You're impressing a vibration and a word into your subconscious mind, and therefore it will reprogram it. So the male and female aspect are symbolized by the Star of David as well. The male being the upside triangle, the female being the downside, connected all in one, because we both have male and female energy. So every thoughts are electric, which is the male aspect. Emotions are magnetic, which is the female. Each thought creates a wave of vibration in all directions. So think of it like a water drop in a pool, but it going out in every single direction. It's not just flat. And these thoughts have a certain frequency. Well, has a certain vibration. That vibration has a certain frequency, and this affects your aura. Every thought, every emotion directly impacts your aura and the strength of your aura. So if you're angry all the time, your aura in the astral plane will look red. However, if you're happy, it'll be more like blue and green. So it's very important. Your electromagnetic field is created out of your emotions and thoughts, and that affects reality because you're 60% water, and frequency and vibration create certain patterns and has a certain effect on water. We'll get into that after this slide. So each thought that people are thinking around you, you are actually subconsciously picking up these thoughts because it's emitting this vibration in all directions. So this is why you can pick up thoughts of other people on the odd occasion. However, when you're more in tune with your intuition, your right side of your brain, you can start to pick up on vibrations, thoughts, and other people's auras. You can pick up on the energy once your third eye is open, and you know whether you should be in that environment or not. This is what we call an atmosphere. When we go into a room and you can feel the tension if someone's been arguing, for example, this is the atmosphere, this is the vibrations, these are people's auras emitting these certain frequencies and vibrations. Okay, so our aura is contained of multiple layers. Obviously, we have the physical body. This is the electromagnetic layer. However, you have the different planes of existence, the spirit, mental, astral, etheric, and then physical. The physical is the lowest plane of existence. And the physical plane is a product of all of the planes above. So the mental impresses on the astral impresses into the etheric, and then the etheric creates the physical object. So the mind is the root cause of reality. The mind is the cause of everything. Your consciousness is pure cause. There's no effect. Everything you see in this reality is the effect. Everything that you experience is the effect, because the root cause was the mind. The decisions you made you experience that certain experience. And that decision was created on the mental plane. And this is just pure thoughts. And thoughts are things. If it exists in your mind, it is a thing. It's a certain frequency. So if you have a certain level of thoughts, if you're thinking positive, for example, you're going to have a strong aura, you're going to have a higher vibration, and that attracts like. Like attracts like when it comes to thoughts and vibrations and electromagnetism. So if you're thinking positive all the time, speaking positive, doing positive, you're then creating a higher vibration, and that's going to attract people on that similar frequency to you. Everything is electromagnetism, frequency and vibration. Everything. You see, so this is why, for example, if I put my hand to a TV screen, if my finger was the same vibration as the TV screen, it would go straight through it. However, the particles in my hand and the particles on the TV screen are two separate vibrations, and this is what causes the friction to stop and not my finger to go straight through it. So like I said, when you don't feel the vibe of someone, when you don't feel right, you don't really get along with someone, this is a vibration. Your vibrations are not matching, they're not similar, they're two complete different vibrations, and they're not aligning properly. So music has a massive part on this. Music is a massive, massive tool for the elites because music is frequency. And in 1975, the musical instrument are all tuned to 440 hertz. So Spotify, Apple Music, most of the music on YouTube is all set to 440 hertz. And 440 hertz is not divisible by 3, 6, or 9. And when you can't divide a frequency by 3, 6, or 9, it's not a natural frequency. As you can see here, this is 432 hertz. this makes a nice geometric pattern. However, 440 hertz is a distorted pattern. So when you listen to this actually shuts off the whole right side of your brain. Like I said at the start, this is the most attacked side of your brain. It's to do with creativity, imagination, intuition. When you listen to 440 hertz, it shuts off the whole right side of your brain. And obviously shutting off all of these forms of your brain. Music is a very, very powerful tool for the elites because it's the only thing which can enter your soul or your ears without consent, your body without consent. Everything else has to be through consent. You choose whether to eat something, you choose whether to drink something, but frequency, you're going to hear it no matter what. This is why it's so powerful. And music influences the body in many different ways. It's the most powerful imitator of everything. It directly affects all listeners. It directly affects intentions, gestures, movements, and actions. It stimulates your mind, and certain songs, certain catchy songs, can reprogram your subconscious mind, invoking certain emotions. This is why when you listen to slow beat songs, it makes you feel more sad. When you listen to upbeat songs, you feel more energetic. This is because these frequencies have a profound influence on reality and on how you feel. Because like I said, you are 60% water. And as you can see here, each frequency creates a different geometric pattern. And inside of you is 60% water. So like I said, 440 hertz is going to make a distorted pattern in your water. And this is going to have a profound effect on your emotions and your reality. So like I said, health is not just the body. You are made of body, mind, and spirit. You need to look after what you put in your body. You need to look after your spirit and look after your mind. It's very important to keep all these in balance, because once one of these are unbalanced, it affects the other two. So if you're eating wrong, it's going to affect your spirit and mind. If you're thinking wrong, it's going to affect your body and spirit. These are all interlocked. You have to look after them all. So it's very important you understand music. Stop listening to low vibrational music. To be honest, you want to listen to music without any sort of speaking inside of it. You just want pure frequencies, which are the solfeggio scale, like one of these, for example, 432, 528 hertz. These are all good frequencies. It's called the solfeggio scale. And these frequencies make you more in tune with nature. 528 hertz is what the earth vibrates at. So it's very important. And the Rockefellers are the one who changed this to 440 hertz. The Rockefellers, one of the elite families. So if you want to manipulate reality, it's very important to have your chakras aligned and having a high vibration, because the higher your vibration, the more powerful your words and your intentions are on reality. So the lower your vibration, the harder it is to affect reality, because you're on a lower state of consciousness. Like I said, you have the mental, astral, etheric, and physical. Everything is a product of the one above. As above, so below. This is what Hermes Trismegistus was saying in the Egyptian days. This is where it comes from. As above, so below. If you affect above, it directly affects below. So like I said, meditation helps on this, helps align your chakras. Think positive, feel positive. Like I said, your feelings are magnetic, your thoughts are electric. So once you combine these two together, you're then creating an electromagnetic frequency, and that will have profound effect on reality. So the law of cause and effect. The law of cause and effect. Every effect has the root cause. Like I said, your mind is the root cause of everything. Every decision you make is having a different effect on reality. Everything happens for a reason due to the root cause, which is your mind. You choose everything that happens in your life. Okay? So it's very important you understand this and you constantly make the right decisions, the good decisions to have good effects on your reality. You have to be very conscious of this law, because nothing escapes this law. This is the law of all consciousness. So think about it. Imagine a massive ball of consciousness. However, off this ball are different sparks, and each one of these sparks are in each and everyone's body. this spark is governed by these laws, the law of cause and effect, the law of correspondence, the 7 Hermetic principles. It's very important to understand this because this mass ball of consciousness is what is obeying these laws. And everyone has this spark of consciousness inside their third eye. And like I said, everyone is the same consciousness. This is why if you do bad onto someone else, that will directly affect your reality. So if you hurt someone, it's going to come back to you in one way or another because you are that same consciousness. This is like a mirror reality, as within, so without. Whatever you feel on the inside, you're gonna see that on the outside. You're gonna experience that reality, whatever you've impressed. So there's different ways to bend reality to your will. This is kind of a sort of magic. So obviously you have black magic, which is manipulating reality to harm and influence others, or to be very selfish. And then you have white magic, which is manipulating reality for the good of humanity. So you do have to be very careful with your intentions, people, when you're trying to manipulate reality, because this is nothing to be played with. If you are manipulating reality for the wrong reason, it's going to come and bite you in the ass in some way or another. Because everything is balanced. Everything balances out in this reality. Nothing escapes the laws. Not one thing escapes the laws. So if you're stealing from yourself, because it's just going to come back in one way or another. Inside of everyone's heart, you know whether you're doing good or wrong. You know, you can feel it when you do something wrong. You can feel it when you do something good. The heart is the center of the Taurus field. It's balance. And this is why you say follow your heart, because it's the center of the Taurus field. It's very important to listen to this inner voice inside of you, because that is telling you the right things to do, the good decisions to make. And when you keep following that voice, that good voice inside of you, it takes you to your life path. Very important to follow that voice. However, don't let the ego get in the way of it. Don't care what your friends are going to say. It's very important to understand this. So you have different ways of manipulating reality. You have sigil magic. This is where you create your own sigil or symbol. You create your own sigil and symbol, and then you charge it. You behind that symbol, you have an intention. So, for example, if you want to manifest wealth, you create a sigil which represents what you want. You create that sigil, you draw it out, you charge it, because wherever your attention goes, energy flows. So whatever your attention is, you're sending energy that way. So what you do with your eyes and your hands, you place attention on the sigil. Imagine that it's glowing. Imagine that you're sending energy to this sigil. And then you burn the piece of paper once you've done this. And then after this, you meditate on that symbol. You constantly think about that symbol, because that symbol is the frequency, is the thing that you want to manifest. So that's one way. Or you can just meditate on your reality. So imagine yourself having already what you have. This is what they call a mindset. You must set your mind to the frequency what you want to manifest. Okay? So if you want to manifest wealth, for example, imagine yourself being wealthy. What would it feel like? What would you be doing? Imagine a scene in your mind. Constantly do this, and you're putting out that frequency. Like I said, you must think, because the thoughts are electric, and then you must feel, which is magnetic. Together, this creates an electromagnetic frequency, and this is how you attract things to you. You will attract the certain people to come in your life to bend reality to your will. Okay? Or you've got mirror magic. Stare yourself in the mirror, because a mirror reflects light. It also reflects energy. So you've got to be very careful with what you say to a mirror. You've got to be very, very, very careful, because whatever you send into that mirror is directly sent straight back to you. So if you're thinking negative, you're sending negative energy back straight to you, and that's going to have an effect on your reality. Affirmations are very important, because your words are frequency, your words are vibrations, and each word you say has a certain frequency. If it's positively charged, it's going to affect you positively. If it's negatively charged, because like I say, your brain and your mind is like the director of energy. That's what your brain is. and it directs energy into certain things. You can either positively charge it or negatively charge it. And this brain is creating your reality constantly. It's manifesting your reality constantly in the present moment. So this is what the government knows. The government know your mind is the root cause of reality. This is why they call themselves a government. Government. The New World Order is not being manifested by them. They are controlling the information. They are controlling your perception of this reality. And they know the mind is the root cause of reality. Therefore, if they control your perception of reality and your information, what you believe, you're going to manifest that information, that perception. So we, the people as a collective consciousness, are the ones manifesting this New World Order. You see, so this isn't black magic. They're actually tricking us into manifesting their own their plans, this New World Order. You see, this is how smart these people are. They know how to get around the laws of reality. They know how to bend reality to their will without facing the consequences. They're getting humanity to do it. You see, there is a collective consciousness. As like I said, we all have that same spark of consciousness, right? So as a collective consciousness, we are on a very low vibration at the moment. However, we are waking up rapidly. There are more and more people waking up at the moment. And light always chases away the shadow. Light is a lot more powerful than darkness, you see. So one person waking up has a massive effect than one person being asleep. It has a profound effect. Because like I say, the light always chases away the darkness. It's more powerful. The light is always more powerful. High vibrations are more powerful than lower. So that's it for this, people. I hope you all enjoyed. This is a short, quick video. God bless you all.
You are not breathing correctly. 98% of people only use a third of their lungs capacity, which is shallow breathing, which ages you, lowers your brain capacity, and also lowers your state of consciousness. So it's essential that you breathe consciously on a day-to-day basis, because this is what truly elevates your consciousness. I am going to give you the key for you to raise your consciousness just through breathing alone. Such a simple thing, but yet the most effective way for raising your state of consciousness and becoming more spiritually and mentally advanced. So tune in for this video, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it and the symbolism behind breathing. Air is more than just air. It carries electromagnetic energy. So now I'm going to give you the science behind this spiritual truth. This invisible force is what sustains all physical life, providing the life force energy essential for existence. Electromagnetism. Everything is fed off electromagnetism. Your body is an electromagnetic battery. Now, we can prove that air carries electromagnetism just by doing a simple test, a simple scientific experiment, by getting liquid oxygen and pouring it between a north and south magnetic pole, two polar opposite magnets. We see that the liquid does not fall straight through it. It is sucked, it is magnetically attracted to these two opposing forces, opposing magnets. This is proof that air, liquid oxygen carries electromagnetism. When you are breathing electromagnetism, the essential life force behind all living beings. This is known as energy or prana, chi, ether, or spirit. This is all the same thing. Air is not just empty space. It is energy. It is prana. It is life force. It is spirit. It is ether, chi, prana. You are an electromagnetic being. Your consciousness is in direct correlation with your electromagnetic aura or biofield. around your body. Your state of consciousness is mirrored within this field around your body. Now, your breath, when you breathe in, you're breathing electromagnetism or life force. Breath is the vital link between the physical and the spiritual, bridging the body with the soul. Through breath, we connect with both tangible world and deeper, the unseen realms of energy and consciousness. Breathing deeply and properly elevates our consciousness, enhancing the brain's functions, heightening the sensitivity of our five senses. It also brings a profound calmness to the mind, creating a state of clarity and inner peace. Like I said earlier, breathing properly is the fastest way to elevate your consciousness. It is the fastest way because breathing, when you stop breathing, what happens? You lose physical consciousness. Your body will shut down if you do not breathe in this vital electromagnetic energy in the oxygen. If your body does not get this for 5 minutes or however you can last without breathing, this makes you lose physical consciousness. Your body will not survive without this essential life force energy. Therefore, air is one of the most overlooked things. This is why we see the symbolism of Buddha having a big belly. Why does he have a big belly? Because it's symbolizing breath work, proper spiritual breath work, the certain teachings of breath work, of when you breathe in through the nose, you have to breathe in through the nose. You don't want to breathe in through the mouth because the nose acts as a filter which catches dust particles and filters out the air before it enters the lungs. The mouth does not do that. The nose is for breathing inward. We breathe in through the nose, and when we breathe into our belly, not our lungs. When we breathe into our belly and our belly expands outwards, we are then moving this energy down from the nose down the spinal column. And when we breathe back out, the belly goes in, which is raising the energy up the spinal column, back out through the mouth. This is the true way of breathing, because when we breathe, we are moving energy. We are moving electromagnetic energy. When we breathe in through the nose, the energy travels down the spinal column. And when we breathe out, we are raising this energy back up the spine, some of it going out the mouth and some of it reaching the brain, activating dormant brain cells in the brain. But when we breathe, we need to make sure we are using 100% of our lungs' capacity, because the lungs is what transforms this special energy into consciousness, physical consciousness. So this is why Buddha has a big belly. It's not because he was fat. It's not because he was overweight. It's symbolism. It's symbolism of breath work. So try this. Do this for 2 minutes while you watch this video. Breathe in through the mouth as hard as you can until you no longer can fill any more air into your lungs and belly. Breathe it into your belly, not your lungs. And breathe out through the mouth. Do this for 5 minutes or 2 minutes, however long. I promise you, breath affects your consciousness. You will notice the difference. If you do it quicker, the quicker it'll affect your consciousness, and you might go lightheaded. But that lightheaded is you activating your spirit, your energy body. So try this just when watching this video. When you breathe consciously, you are renewing both your energy body and astral body, aligning your consciousness with a higher state. This practice feeds new life force energy into the body, revitalizing and enhancing your overall well-being. Like I said, your brain requires the most amount of oxygen. When we have shallow breathing, this is reducing the brain's capacity. Because when we are not breathing properly, which 98% of people are only using a third of their lungs' capacity, we are essentially only using a third of our consciousness, because your breath is directly correlated to your consciousness. your state of consciousness. When you breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth, out in through the nose, out through the mouth, consciously and deeply for 5 minutes, you will notice that your senses are more powerful and sensitive. Your brain is quicker. What's the word? It processes information quicker. You become quicker. You become a superhuman, and you feel more spiritual because it activates your spirit, your astral and energy body. So when we meditate, it's definitely important to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth as deeply as possible to align with a higher state of consciousness. And this is the easiest way to separate your consciousness from the body. When you breathe in deeply for long periods of time, while meditating, while taking no thought, when no thought is present and you gain a rhythm of deep breathing, this is the gateway. This is the gateway to opening your consciousness. Because when you stop thinking, other aspects of your consciousness can open up. All of our lives we've been thinking, which has blocked off the higher states of consciousness. So breathing is very, very important. It affects our overall well-being. And this is Yahweh, the in and the out of breathing. When we breathe in, this is Yah. You can hear it. It sounds like Yah. And when we breathe out, that is Wei. This is the name of God, apparently. But God is within you. You can connect with God. You can connect with source consciousness within you by breathing, by raising your state of consciousness through breathing and meditation. This is why the Bible tells you the Spirit of God has made me, and the breath of the Almighty gives me life. You are consciousness. You are God. You're an extension of God's consciousness. Job 27:3. As long as my breath is in me and the Spirit of God is in my nostrils. The Spirit of God is through breath. John 20:22. And when he said this, he breathed on them and said to them, receive the Holy Spirit. The word spirit means breath. In Greek, Hebrew, Latin, it all means breath or wind or air. The Holy Spirit is a certain way of breathing, a breathing technique that elevates your consciousness, that syncs you up to a holy consciousness, an elevated state. That is the Holy Spirit. That's why it tells you in the Bible, when he said this, he breathed onto them. He breathed onto them and said, receive the Holy Spirit. You must breathe to receive the Holy Spirit. When you breathe, you are renewing the body's energy. You're taking in new life force, which is regenerating your cells, regenerating your brain, nervous system, and also connecting with consciousness, pure consciousness. This is not something that we should be doing during meditation. Yes, it is. We should be doing it during meditation, but this is something that we need to apply all of the time. This is the fastest way you can raise your consciousness. I just want to say, all of this knowledge is inside of the Book of Wisdom, Volume 2. Make sure to give a like and a comment on this video to help the algorithm. And let me know what you think about the last book or this book if you have read them, to let the new people know what they're looking at with this book. This is truly life-changing, the Volume 2 and Volume 1 is truly life-changing. You can get them in a bundle also. Learn hidden knowledge inside of the Ethereal University. This is where truth seekers belong. I'm not here to try sell you this, but this is the place for truth seekers. And if you are serious about your spiritual journey and serious about gaining knowledge, which gives you the advantage over life, join Ethereal University. This will definitely help you. Thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like and comment. Make sure to give me any suggestions on videos you want me to make in the future. Thank you all.
Welcome back everyone to another video. Today Today we're going to cover everything that you need to know about the mind, starting with the two aspects of the mind, the conscious and the subconscious. The male aspect of your mind is the conscious. This is the 10% of your mind. The conscious part of your mind is only aware of everything around you, your vision, your sight, your smell, your taste, your hearing, and your current state of emotion and thought. Every thought that you consciously think about has an emotion directly attached to it. That emotion is then impressed onto the subconscious part of the mind. The subconscious part of the mind is the female aspect of your mind. It is also a whopping 90% of your mind. Subconscious mind is controlling all of the subconscious processes which happen within your body. For example, your subconscious mind is controlling your heartbeat, your digestion of food, and all of the things that you do not have to tell the body to do. It is the hidden part of our mind which is controlling all of the hidden things. The subconscious mind is like a recording supercomputer. Everything that you have experienced in your life is all recorded and stored within the subconscious mind. One of the most important things about your subconscious mind is that it stores your mental programs. Everything in the subconscious mind manifests into behavior and actions within the body. Your daily basis routine and habits are all mental programs within your subconscious mind. These mental programs are created by mainly two ways. 1, repetition, and 2, emotional impact. The repetition is fairly simple to understand. The more you do something, the more it impresses onto your subconscious mind and becomes a program. That program will then manifest into your behavior. However, with the emotional programs, they work a bit different. The stronger that you feel an emotion, the stronger it is impressed onto the subconscious mind. And then that emotion becomes a program. For example, you had a very traumatic moment happen when you were a young child. The emotion that you felt was so strong in that moment that it impressed into your subconscious mind so hard that you can recall that moment like it was yesterday. That traumatic event that happened to you when you were young will still manifest into your daily basis behavior even to this day. However, it manifests subconsciously. For example, if you were in a car crash, you will be wary to enter cars with certain people. All because of that traumatic emotion that you felt and impressed onto your subconscious mind. Another example of the subconscious manifesting into our behavior is posting on Instagram. Most of the time, the reason why you post is because your subconscious mind is seeking gratification. So before you actually do something, question yourself and find out the root cause of why you are doing this. Another thing that you need to understand about the subconscious mind is that it takes everything you say in here literally. So for example, if you go and say, "You are an idiot" to someone, your subconscious mind will only pick up the word idiot. It only knows yourself. It doesn't know anyone else. You are casting a spell on yourself just by saying that to someone else. This is why the golden rule is to treat others like you'd like to be treated. Now, you can rewrite these programs which are already in your subconscious mind. However, it does take consistency. You have to change these programs which have been running for years. And by changing these programs, you change your behavior, because these programs manifest into your behavior. The best way to do this, personally, is to listen to affirmations first thing when you wake up in the morning, and do this for 10 minutes every single morning. Then at night time, you want to think and feel that you are becoming the reality that you desire. The more that you feel this reality, the more it will become a program and impress your subconscious mind. For example, you're trying to gain financial freedom. If you trick your subconscious mind into creating a program saying that you are financially free, this will manifest into your behavior. You will start doing more work. You will start looking for ways to make money. Your mind will be set on the frequency of money and financial freedom. Therefore, you will receive thoughts based around this program. If you take enough action, your life will dramatically change because of this program that you created in the mind. This is why we call it a mindset, because your mind is a frequency tuner which sets its frequency onto different thoughts, because thoughts are frequency. If you fill your mind with a specific frequency, you will gain thoughts and ideas based around that frequency. To create a stable mind, you need to master your emotions. You need to change your mindset. Everything that you experience is neutral. Based upon the mindset that you see it, you either give it a positive or negative charge. By understanding this deeply, you will then control your emotions. I hope you gained some wisdom and enjoyed this video. Please, if you can, leave a comment and a like, and subscribe to the channel if you like this content. Love and light to you all.
Welcome back, people. We're back with another video. Let's jump straight into this. Make sure to tune in till the end, because this has got so much information in this video. So sit back and enjoy. So everything's Taurus fields. The Earth's a Taurus field. Everything's Taurus, which is electromagnetic field, electric and magnetic. The center of the Taurus field is where the two opposing forces meet in the center. And this is what creates the plane of inertia, the dielectric plane of inertia. Okay? You got red shift, blue shift, positive, negative, south and north pole, right? This is what the ancients were showing with the tree of life. As you can see here, this is the plane of inertia, and this is the Taurus field. Everything consists of this. Everything is a Taurus field. A atom is a Taurus field. Okay, now the inertia is the 0 point. So this plane is a 0 point. It's the balance between two poles. Okay, now this creates matter, because matter is two opposing forces in motion equalized. So these two forces coming together is what creates matter on this physical plane. And this is why we can't see the electromagnetic field, because it consists of one of the elements, which is either electric or magnetic. But when they combine together, it's what creates this physical plane, which is physical matter, which is light in motion. Now, everything is one. Don't get confused by duality. Duality is two opposing forces, but them two opposing forces are created by the same substance. It's two aspects of the same substance. So, for example, water and ice are the same thing, you know what I'm trying to say, but it's two aspects of the same substance, because all is one. The whole universe is one. All goes back to the one, which is God, the creator, or magnetism, whatever you want to call it, because magnetism pulsates. Electricity has two poles, red shift, blue shift. Okay, so red shift, blue shift is electricity, and electricity vibrates, and all vibration always comes back to a standstill point. But magnetism is what pulsates. This is why your heart pulses. You breathe, which is a pulse. This is the breath of the universe, magnetism. Now, this is why the earth is green, okay? Earth can be spelled heart. If you just move the H to the beginning, it spells heart, okay? Because the heart is the center of the Taurus field, which is the heart chakra for us humans, okay? We consist of the same field, as you already know. Heart being the center, which is green, which is the center of the seven colors. The center of the seven colors. This is the most powerful chakra in your body. people think it's the crown chakra, but it's the heart chakra because it's the center of the Taurus field. You must align them all and combine them all into one, which is the heart chakra. Now, Earth is green. Nature's green. Okay, this is because we live on heart chakra, the plane of inertia. It's the center of the Taurus field. Okay, and this is what the Egyptians called Isis, which is nature. Nature is balanced, and nature is female, Mother Nature, because it looks after us with the fruit it grows with abundance and the water. It's a female energy, Mother Nature, and this is the symbolism of an equal, balanced arms. This is the scales, it's balanced. Mother Nature is balanced. This is why the sky is blue, because what comes after the heart chakra? Blue. Sky is blue. We live in Midgard. This is what the ancients called Midgard. You don't have to take this tree literally. It's a metaphor. We live in Midgard, where both positive and negative duality here. Now, Mount Meru. Mount Meru was known as the center of the earth, okay, or known as Hyperboria. And this is the North Pole, the electromagnetic North Pole. But when I say Mount Meru, it's not an actual mountain. They weren't saying there was a real mountain in the center of the earth, a magnetic rock. No. The plane of inertia, okay, there's something called a hyperboloid. That's what it's called, a hyperboloid. And this is the center of the Taurus field. And this hyperboloid is what is in the shape of a mountain, you see? So if I go to this next one, they say hyperboria on this map. Why do they call it hyperboria? Because this is the hyperboloid in the center of the Taurus field. And this is the electromagnetic mountain, a metaphor. Mountain, what they're metaphorically saying, this is the electromagnetic mountain at the center, the double vortex, the center of the Taurus field, which is the North Pole. Pole of electromagnetic energy. So this is why they call it hyperborea. It comes from the word hyperboloid. And the center of the earth is so sacred. And they symbolize this with, obviously, the North Star, which is Polaris. And this is where the swastika comes from, because it's the 4 seasons moving around the North Star. This is the Big Dipper constellation moving around the North Star, which is Polaris. There's that pole again. Pole. Magnetic pole of the Taurus field. And this is where the green, emerald green, aurora borealis comes from. It comes from this center hyperboloid at the center of the earth, where the most electromagnetic energy is stored. The center of the plane of inertia. The center of the plane of inertia. This is the all-seeing eye as well. As you can see, they've got the sun, the moon. This is the Masonic cosmos, the sun, the moon, and the all-seeing eye, because the eye is Polaris, the eye of the stars. It's all a big eye. Now, the eye means a lot more as well. It's not just that. There's different ways you can interpret symbols. Now, this is the emerald tablets. Deep in Earth's heart lies the flower, the source of the spirit that binds all in its form. Okay? The flower of life is thine own place of thine spirit, and stream through the earth as thine flows through thy form, giving off life to the earth and its children, renewing the spirit from form unto form. This is the North Pole. This is what he's talking about. He's talking about the aurora borealis. Aurora borealis. It's the Earth's aura. Emerald green. Heart chakra. Plane of inertia. Green. Earth. Heart. You see? All related. Now, there's many symbolism of this. So much symbolism of the ancients. The 7 layers of heaven. 7 layers of heaven, which are the 7 planets. Okay? These planets are the solar system. It's the solar system because we are the soul. We are the sun, the soul. And we're inside of a solar system, which is the 7 planets. That's why there's 7 layers of heaven. Okay? the rings of Saturn, the rings of the planets are moving around us, okay? So this is what the ancients were depicting in their cosmology. Now this is the Hebrew cosmology of the earth. This is the Mayan cosmology of the earth. You see, it's all an enclosed system. We live inside of a giant Taurus field. All is atum. It's what the ancients said, ancient Egyptians said. All is atum. Atoms are Taurus fields. Don't be tricked by the modern science today with the current model of an atom. It's completely wrong. They're hiding the Taurus field. They're hiding the electromagnetic field, which is in everything. Absolutely everything is in motion, and motion comes from this field. And you see, this is upside down, but this is I think it's pretty sure it's candles, but the 7 candles, the 7 planets, the 7 Elohim. You see? It all goes back to the stars and the heavens. Now, this is how the earth really works, with the stars on the outside of the cosmic egg, and then the Taurus field spinning around the sun and the moon, the positive and the negative charge. The sun gives you energy, the moon takes your energy. The moon controls monthly cycles. Moon is mon. This is etymology. Mon, month, money, demon, monster. Stir is star, moon star. We are all stars. Youngster, minister, superstar, Hollywood star. We're all stars. We come from the stars, which is heaven. Our soul comes from the stars. You see? We are the universe, the image of man made in the universe. We are a microcosm of the universe. The universe is a macro. We are micro. We consist of everything. The body, mind, and spirit. The sun, the soul. Moon, the mind. Earth, the body. Body, mind, and spirit. We have 12 systems in the body, which are governed by the 12 zodiac signs. Starting at the Aries, which is the ram of God, all the way down to Pisces and Capricorn, kneecap. It all goes back to the stars. We are the stars. We are the universe. Everything is inside of us. Everything. Like they say, the Temple of Solomon, the temple of the soul, and man, the soul. The temple is the body. The soul is the soul, and the man is the mind. The temple of the soul and the mind, body, mind, and spirit. We consist of the 5 elements: air, spirit, water, earth, and fire. We consist of everything. We are the universe. We're made in God's image, which is the universe. You see? Now, everything goes back to the stars. The ancients worship the stars because the stars govern everything. They govern the systems in the body. They govern your life. This is why your zodiac is so important, your sign. Each zodiac has a specific element associated with it as well. Aries, which is the first sign, the Ram of God, which is a fire sign. Fire, first. F-I-R, this is etymology. The cerebrum, ram, which is in the brain. Aries, the ram, controls the head, the face, and the nose upwards. So it controls the cerebrum. The Torah, which is, I'm pretty sure it's the Hebrew Bible, which is the Taurus. Tornado comes from the Taurus field. You see? Everything's inside of you. It all goes back to the Taurus field, and the Taurus field is everything. Now, like I said, 12 zodiac signs, 12 systems, 12 cranial nerves in the brain, the 12 disciples of the Bible. All symbolic. Have to read the Bible properly. Now, this center, at the center of the earth, right? This is what's stirring the ether, and the ether consists of the 4 elements. Because there's 5 elements. Spirit can be called ether. People call it spirit or ether. Ether is pure potential, pure energy. It's what connects the astral to the physical. It's the dimension between the physical realm, which we're on, and the astral. So it has pure potential. It's pure energy. This is why we say either. I either want to go there or there. It's connecting 2 scenarios. That's what the ether is. It's connecting the 2 worlds, the astral and the physical. The center is like the cosmic womb. There's a black hole in the center. This is the center of the Taurus field. This is the womb of creation. This is the womb of creation. And inside of this black womb are the 5 elements, and everything's being stirred around. Everything's in motion. Light is motion. Everything's motion. Now, like I said earlier, light crystallizes into physical matter. They are the same substance. Spirit and matter are the same substance, but different variations, different aspects of the same substance. Low vibrational spirit turns into matter. High vibrational matter turns into spirit. Or light, whatever you want to call it. Matter is light crystallized. This is where we get the 7 metals from. The planets. The planets are light. Specific frequencies and vibration of light. When these lights, or the planets, materialize, material metals, materialize, they turn into the 7 metals. Saturn turns into lead. That's why lead is red. Saturn is red. The sun turns into gold. That's why the gold is yellow and the sun is yellow. You see, Saturn is the time god. What happens in autumn? The leaves turn red and they die. This is why Saturn, Satan, time god, the reaper, everything is crystallized till it's death and then reborn again. You see, rust. When things rust, it turns to red. Because it's Saturn. Saturn crystallizes everything. He's the reaper who comes around in winter. You see? He's Satan. Jesus and Satan, the sun and Saturn. They say we live in a solar system. The solar system. I think I've already just broke this down. The 7 planets are the 7 chakras. Everyone already knows this. But I'm going through it anyway. But this is where we get the 7 planets from. And the 7 metals. You see, all the ancients knew it was an enclosed electromagnetic system. It's not a spinning ball in the middle of space, people. They want you to believe this so you get stuck in this material world. Because if you believe everything's material, you can never affect this plane effectively. You can never create your life effectively if you don't understand the planes of existence. Because the mental plane is a higher plane. And it breaks down and it controls the planes below it. The mental plane, hold on, I've got it here for you. The mental, the astral, etheric, then physical. Etheric connects the physical to the astral, but the mental is what's above them all. You see? Now, it's important to understand this. It's important. However, the ancients always talked about the enclosed system. Only NASA, which is introduced around the Roman times, not NASA, but the globe Earth was introduced around the Roman times. Okay? By these Masons. These Masons introduced this because they wanted to take over the minds of the masses and control them. These people worship the physical realm. They know how it works. They know the ins and outs of it. They know how to do the magic. They know how to do it all. They understand it all. That's why Masonry have to take the oath. The oath of not speaking. You're not allowed to speak about anything you learn about in Masonry. Because they're discovering the truth about your mind and how it creates reality and stuff like that. So, this is the Masonic cosmology. The 5-pointed star, the 5 elements. The checkerboard for duality, positive and negative. The 2 aspects of every substance. This is another ancient painting depicting the firmament. The stars inside the firmament. The sun. You see, the ancients worshipped the sun because it's so important for sustaining our life. It's the only reason we're alive is because of the sun. But then people think it gives you cancer today. They brainwash you to think the sun gives you cancer when it's the #1 source of all life. They want you to believe it's a big, spinning, dangerous ball in space. It's not. It's here to give us life. It's God's son. That's why Jesus is known as God's son. it is the Son of God. God created that to sustain us. You see? So it's important you understand the true cosmology of where you are, because if you don't know where you are depleted of all of your morals. You're depleted. You're demoralized. You're lost. You don't know where you are. You don't know where you exist. Okay? Once you accept the globe model, the heliocentric model, you will subconsciously think that you come from nothing. This is why they implemented the evolution theory just after the globe model was introduced by Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin came in after the globe model. He's a Mason. He was another Freemason, and implemented evolution where we came from monkeys, because they want you thinking less of yourself so they can manipulate your mind. You see? They want to manipulate your mind, and they have done since you got here. Since you came through that portal, you were manipulated from that day to believe this, believe that. The true cosmology, the truth will set you free. You'll understand things better. You will feel better in yourself when you know the sun is here for you. You'll feel better in yourself that you know that you didn't come from a monkey. You were created as a human, a manifester, a creator. You're so intelligent. Your mind is amazing. It can manipulate matter, mind over matter. See? Thank you all people for tuning in. Tap in with yourself. Love yourself. Find the truth. Spread the truth. Nothing dies. Nothing in this creation dies. Everything's energy. Everything's light. Light can never die. You're a light being. That's why it says Hu. Hu man. Hu is light in Hebrew. Or Latin. Either one of the two. You are light. You're a light being. You never die. Ever, ever, ever die. Ever. Stop thinking you're going to die. This body will die because it contains electricity. And electricity always goes back to a standstill point because of vibration. Electricity vibrates. You are pure light. You will never ever die. Thank you all people. God bless. Make sure to like, subscribe and share.
Welcome to Revival of Wisdom.
This video is going to be about the flat earth and the breakdown of the whole cosmology. We're going to be digging very deep. I've got a lot of pictures and images to show you, and a lot of dots to connect. So let's start with the Freemasonry art. So this artwork we have here is the Freemasonic cosmology, as they know and believe. So what is it symbolizing? We obviously have to start off with the 4 pillars representing the 4 corners of the earth. The 4 corners with duality. You see, there's everything on earth. There's good and evil. Good, evil, positive, negative. Good, bad. This is the checkerboard. This is what it symbolizes. Okay. Obviously, we have the sun, the moon. The sun gives you energy. It's the anode. The moon is the cathode. It's the opposite. It takes your energy. So therefore, you become sleepy when the moon comes out. You see, everything on earth, everything in the universe is balanced. There's complete balance, symbolized by duality. There's always 2 opposites. We have the all-seeing eye, and obviously 7 stars representing the 7 planets, but not planets as in we know planets. They're not physical spinning balls of gas. They are energies. They are lights emitting from the realm above this realm. They are lights through the firmament, through the electromagnetic field. So let's go through that again. The 4 corners, duality, positive, and negative, cold, dry. Everyone on Earth has an opposite. Everyone, there's two. Okay, and then we have the sun, the moon, the 7 planets with a 5-pointed star. What's the 5-pointed star? Of course, it's the 5 elements: spirit, water, earth, fire, and air. Okay, that's what the 5-pointed star is symbolizing, the 5 elements of Earth. And then, most importantly, we have the compass. The compass is very, very important, hence why it's in the center. The compass is symbolizing many, many things. And one of the most important things, but we'll get into that after. We have a boat with water outside of the Earth. So we have a boat on water, symbolizing the waters separated by the firmament, the waters above, separated by the firmament from the waters within the firmament, the Earth. So this is what it's symbolizing. So the compass, what's the compass? This is where the compass comes from. The Polaris, the most important star there is, because it's in the center of Earth, the sun, the moon, and the black hole, black sun. Because all creation comes from center, the seed center. Okay, but we'll get into this after. But also, this is a very important Masonic symbol because they use this symbol a lot. This is one of their main symbols, hence why Neil Armstrong has the Masonic ring with the compass on it. The people who supposedly went to the moon, which obviously they faked to push this globe model, because the globe model is based upon fear. Because the globe model, if they can sell you the globe model, they can sell you anything then. You don't know where you actually are. The globe model is to push fear upon the masses, because the globe model means there's not enough resources. There's also risks of asteroids hitting the planet. There's also risks of space, extraterrestrial invasions, global warming, asteroids. You see, this is all the fear that they can gain of selling you the globe model. Okay, because they don't want you to know that this is an intelligent design. And also, they're hiding God, the creator, the source. This is why they are satanic. They are opposites. They are lefty, Lucifer, right, righteous, godly. Hence why they do the symbolism on their eyes. 666. This is another famous, famous astrologer, astronaut. This is another famous astronaut doing 666, showing that he's in the alliance of the occult. But even look at their 10th anniversary stamps. They have a Masonic compass on there. Also the order out of chaos, double-headed eagle. Okay, the order out of chaos ring, which they wear. So all of these astronauts are in the occult. They are lying to you. They are in with this order, this Masonic New World Order, whatever you want to call it. So let's break this compass down a lot more. Because as I showed you here, the center, okay, this is what the compass is symbolizing. Let's go into the North Pole map. This is from 1595. This is a rough estimate of where this map came from. It's from around the 1500s to the 1600s, maybe 1400s. There's not an actual set date on this map because obviously our history has been tampered with. But let's break down this map and the symbolism that they use towards this map, because this map is the map of the North Pole. Okay, so in the center, we have the black rock symbolizing the tower, the pole, North Pole. And what's on top of the North Pole? Obviously, it's Polaris. North Pole and Polaris. Okay, with the 4 islands around the center. Okay, 4 islands around the center. And this is what blew my mind, right? They say that Santa sounds similar. And if you look at this pole that's pointing to the North Pole, you see this line here. So this is obviously from the 1600s. What color is Santa? He's red and white. Just like this map pointing to the center is red and white. And Santa comes from the North Pole. So it's not a coincidence that they use red and white. They're mocking this map because obviously they took over after the 1500s, 1600s. They took over around the 1800s. So they're mocking this map with Santa coming from the North Pole with this red and white line to the North Pole. Notice the 4 islands. Okay. Like windows, their symbol, they obviously in the occult, they're part of the New World Order, is symbolizing these 4 islands with the blue behind it for the water. Okay. So this is another occult logo. They're symbolizing this center because the center is so important. Okay. We'll get into that. Also, we have the Mayan cosmology. This is the Mayan cosmology. This is what they created. This is their artwork with also 4 major lands around the center. You see this 4 with green in between them all. 4 major lands with the underworld. You see this underworld is also symbolized by the Masons with the coffin of the skull and bones, the deceased, the dead. Okay, so this is also mentioned in the book of Enoch. Okay, and it's called Sheol. Sheol, the underworld. Okay, and in the book of Enoch, it says all spirits of the dead go to these hollow places, that they will wait until their appointed time of judgment. And it also says in the book of Enoch, there are 4 hollow places underneath. 4 as above, so below, representing the 4 islands. As above, so below. That's where that could link in. Okay. The book of Enoch is very important because it was found in a cave thousands of years ago. And has a lot of truths about this realm and about this world we live in. So let's go back to the Mayan cosmology. So the ancient cosmology, they all must have had some sort of communication. They must all be at peace with each other because all of their cosmologies link together. See the Greek, Babylonian, Indian, the Celtic. Okay, they're all linked in together. They all knew that they were in an enclosed system with an underworld and obviously a firmament. Okay, so this is what they all knew. They all must have had some sort of communication. They were a lot more advanced than us. They knew the center of the realm. Okay, and obviously the United Nations flag also symbolizes their center. You see how it has like a grid with a circle around the center. It's symbolizing that center of the realm because that center of Earth is so important. The United Nations flag, all have it. See some different ones all have that circle around the center. Because the center is the seed. All things come from a center.
So the Taurus field is so important because it is the spark of life. It's the building blocks of the universe, this creation, because all things have a Taurus field. Just like an apple with what's in the center of an apple, a seed, because the center is where the energies hold, is where the energies meet, and it creates that spark of life. Just like your heart is the center of your body, and it has an electromagnetic field. Because the center, all things come from the center. So this is why the North Pole is so important, because this is why it's so important, because this is where the creation sparked from, the center. This is where the most electromagnetic energy is stored. So this is why the northern lights come from the center. It's electromagnetic energy. This is what the northern lights are. It's being emitted from this black hole in the center. Okay? And obviously what else is on the center? Polaris. Polaris is the center star. Okay? So the center star is what sits on top of this North Pole, Polaris, because it's a pole of electromagnetic energy, symbolized as a black rock, a black hole, pole. You see, because all creation comes from void. Light is born from darkness. Without light, darkness can't be born from light. You see, but light can be born from darkness. This is why darkness is so important. And this is why there's a black hole in the center of our realm, like the black sun. The black sun. The Polaris star, the North Star. You see, so this is this North Pole, Polaris. This is what they're talking about. And this is why compasses are an 8-pointed star, because Polaris is symbolized as an 8-pointed star. This is where a compass will point you to. It will point you to that center. So notice how a compass has this black hole in the middle. You see, and it will point you to this meeting point, the north, because in the center is the center of the Taurus field of the earth. This is where the most electromagnetic energy is. You see, everything gets sucked into the black hole. Okay, this whole reality is being projected from that center point, just like your eyes suck in light. It's a black hole. Your eyes suck in the light of this light being emitted from this center place, this electromagnetic energy at the center, which is the seed of everything, of everyone. You see, just like an apple has the seed in the center in darkness, because in the center of the apple, it's dark. It's black. It's pitch black. But that's where the seeds are. That's where the life is. But Polaris is so important because it's that center star which lines up. It is the pole. It's the top of the pole of the Taurus field. So Polaris would be here at the very, very top. And this is where the compasses point you to. And this is why the star of Ishtar, the 8-pointed star of the Sumerians, also talked about this 8-pointed star, and it's called the star of Ishtar. Okay, and who is Ishtar? Ishtar is the goddess. Okay, so she's not a male, she's a female, because every creation is brought through a female, a womb. Every single human on earth is brought through the womb, the sacred feminine energy.
And the womb is pure darkness. There's no light in a womb, just like the center of our realm. It's a black hole. Okay, and guess what? She's the god of vitality and sexuality. She is responsible for all life. Okay, so the star of Ishtar is the star of Polaris, which is symbolizing the responsibility for all life, the center of our realm, the black sun, the black hole. Okay, so this is what that god of Ishtar of the Sumerians is talking about, the goddess, the womb, the seed of creation. So this would be the portal, more than likely the portal in and out of our realm, because it's the top of the Taurus field. And what's above this realm is the heavens. So this is where you get sucked in from the heavens. Your soul gets sucked in and brought onto this plane of existence called Earth. These are some space NASA symbols. Look how much Polaris symbolism there is. And notice how it's at the center. You see this circle? This is like a half circle. And at the center is an 8-pointed star of Ishtar. It's the same thing. It's Polaris. It's at the center. And notice on some of these, look, this one is a bear holding the key and an arrow pointing to the Polaris star, so that they hold the key to Polaris. Another one with like a demon holding a key to the what? Polaris on top of him. Also an eagle, which is a Masonic symbol. The eagle holding a key on top of the center. You see, and notice how there's an arrow going up to the Polaris and an arrow down, as above, so below, to Earth. So you can go out of Earth and into Earth through Polaris, and the eagle holds the key. You see? The eagle holds the key, just like this. This demon dragon holds the key to Polaris. And look at this one, Earth, with an arrow up to Polaris, an 8-pointed star. So Polaris is more than likely that portal which the Anunnaki used, the Sumerian gods used, because the Anunnaki symbol is also an 8-pointed star. Okay? And like I said, that center is the seed of creation. The center is the black hole. Okay, just like your pineal gland is at the center of your brain. The pineal gland is at the center of your brain. And that's what connects you to that spirit realm, to the source. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all learned something today. Please leave a like, a comment, and please subscribe to the channel for more content. God bless you all.
Welcome to Revival of Wisdom.
Welcome people, we're back with another video. Please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications to never miss a video. The Earth is a giant torus field consisting of a positive and a negative pole. The Sun being the cathode with a positive charge and the Moon being the anode with a negative charge. This is why the Sun rules over the day, giving you lots of energy, and the Moon taking your energy from you, making you go to sleep. Now, the plane that we live on is called the plane of inertia, and at the center of this plane of inertia is the North Pole. This is where the two electromagnetical energies meet. Now, this is where the most electromagnetic energy is stored. This is why all compasses will point north, because it's the most magnetic place in this reality. So the sun and the moon is spinning around this center point, which is stirring the ether of this reality and making everything move in circles, meaning this is a cycle. Everything's recycling itself. It's an organic simulation. The ancients also knew about this sacred land at the center of this reality, known as the North Pole. As you can see on this map from the 1500s of the North Pole,